Hello, my name is Kev from DataSights, and in this video I'm going to show you how to connect Microsoft Excel on Windows and Mac to your Microsoft Azure Cloud Database that we obviously manage on your behalf and has all of your data in it. So yeah, a pretty important step, this one. So the first thing to do is make sure that on the database page that you have added your IP address to the firewall. Here's a video on how to do that. Obviously, because we're connecting direct from Excel, direct to the database to increase security, we make sure that only you can connect to that. If you create Power BI reports or connect from an online tool, then this step isn't necessary, but it is necessary for Excel. Right, so then if we go into Microsoft on Windows, we go to our add-in is more for maintaining, creating, mapping data. And uploading to systems like Xero and Sin7 Core. You can pull down tables if you want. A top tip on that is to go and turn off automatic calculations. That will mean that the data downloads a lot faster. So it's up to you. You can use it if you want, or you can use the native functionality from Microsoft as well. So quite simply now, we are going to copy the server name, which is basically just a URL. Then we're going to copy, we don't need to worry about the database name for Windows. And then very importantly, we do need to select database here. If you select Windows and put in some credentials, it's not going to work. We're using SQL Server authentication. So then we go and put the user in. Then I'm not going to show this step on a public video, but basically you can go and show your password. I will copy this separately into the password box, sort of Blue Peter it for our UK customers, they'll know what I mean. And then you are into your database. Now the views, and we always go on about views, are at the top and your tables at the bottom, but the bottom line is you can go and pull down your data. So like this, you go accounts, load to, table, new worksheet, and click refresh. Now it's at this point that you can save down your workbook, and tomorrow or after you refresh the data from the Sinks page, all that you need to do to refresh the data is go data, queries and connections, right click refresh, or you can just hit data refresh all, and that will pull down your data. So any pivot tables or formulas, etc. that you build off of this automated table will automatically be updated. All right. So now for the Mac version. So if you're on Windows, you can stop watching now. Mac people, sorry you had to go through that, but it's important to know how to do it from both. So on a Mac, it is very similar. However, there is one little starting point. And that is that you have this option here from SQL Server ODBC. So in order to get that, if we go ODBC SQL Server for Mac, if you Google that, install the Mac ODBC driver from here, and somewhere, here it is over here, download ODBC driver, download for Windows, you download and install that one there. Once you've downloaded and installed that, then you will get this option here, which is very common, and we go along the same process. I'm just going to pause it now so I don't bore you to tears. Alright, so I've copied in those things. Importantly, whilst this says it's optional, it's not actually optional. Please go and make sure that that's the server name, that's the database, that's your username, that's your password. So literally in order: server name, database, username, and password. So that's straightforward. Now we can click connect. Bear with me a second. So you can see here, this is actually saying, hey, your IP address is not allowed. So let's do this in real time. We click on the database page. We go and add a new line. Let's call it Kev Home. Go to paste and paste and click save. That will take a few seconds, and now when we come in here, if we try again, we're into our database. The functionality is not as nice in Excel Mac, but it definitely does work. So here we can say return data, We want to do to a table, existing sheet, new sheet, whatever you prefer. And now it downloads the data. And the same as in Windows, you can go and click refresh all here. What I would say is if you entered in the details incorrectly, and this is more for the Windows users, I forgot to mention, is that you can go, if for example you've gone and entered in an incorrect username and credentials and you try and connecting and it's just saying no, 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 what Excel is brilliant at is remembering your credentials. So to clear that, you can just go and go to data source settings and clear the permissions and then go and re-enter them. Although if you follow the instructions correctly, selecting the database tab, you shouldn't ever have to do this. All right, thank you very much. Any questions anytime, fire away. Cheers, bye.